Man battling for life following Mandeville stabbing. A man is battling for his life at hospital, and a suspect is in police custody following a stabbing incident at Willowgate Plaza in Mandeville on Friday. The 22-year-old victim was unresponsive in an operating theater at the Mandeville Regional Hospital up to news time. Preliminary reports are that the stabbing incident happened shortly after 4 p.m. Police said the victim and the suspect had an altercation on the second floor of the plaza, during which time a knife was used to inflict stab wounds to the victim's neck. He ran and collapsed meters away on the Mandeville Road. Sources said the victim sustained multiple stab wounds. Disabled man rescued from fire in Manchester. A disabled man was rescued after fire engulfed a house and a bar at New Green Square in Manchester on Friday. The man was saved mere minutes before the fire ravaged a dwelling where he was. Another man who identified himself as Bill said he rushed to the disabled man's assistance. "From me see the smoke, me just go up there and take him out of the house," he stated. He added that he occupied a section of the building as a tenant where he operated a bar. "I lost everything. Everything upstairs burned down, and it was a board floor, so everything upstairs burned and dropped downstairs. Downstairs the fire fully engulfed, but it mashed up down there," the man explained. Although the business owner is counting his losses, he is grateful that no lives were lost and thankful to residents who sprinted into action to control the blaze until firefighters arrived. Among the residents was a man who identified himself only as Robert. "Me up on my yard and me see the fire and just touch down, and when me come at the square, me see the truck a pass and me a stop it, and same time him a say draw down the hose and start run with it and go up a top, and him go on out there and do it." He pointed out that the disabled man is his cousin. "A youth did in the home, a sick youth, and that's why you see me a run in, because anything can happen to the youth. Me see the smoke and me just shot cross, and me a say him in there, so me have to try save him," stated Robert. He explained that the fire seemed to have started in a back room before spreading through the roof. Hubert, a truck driver, was in the area when residents stopped the unit he was driving. "I was past and the people stopped me, and I tried to assist them until the fire truck came about 20 minutes after. I saw the fire engulf the upstairs, so I parked the truck and jumped into action," he stated. District Officer Fitzroy Donaldson said the fire brigade received a call at 2:15. Response was made immediately afterwards with 4 units. They're from Mandeville and Christiana came shortly afterwards, so that makes it 4 units actually, he stated. On arrival at the scene, we saw that the fire was confined to a commercial building with a residential dwelling, he added. The cause and loss resulting from the fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, the business owner is appealing for the public's assistance in getting back on his feet. He said he can be contacted at 876-851-3213. Prime Minister Holness emphasizes fiscal management success in meeting housing needs. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has re-emphasized that good fiscal management by his administration has made it possible for the needs of citizens to be met, especially with housing. He was speaking at the handing over sermon as a host under the new social housing program in Trelawney. Holness noted that it's the duty of the government to provide benefits to citizens. He claimed that past governments were unable to adequately meet these needs, but his administration has the money to do so.
Governments, regardless of how long communities have been without, have a duty to provide the service, whether it is the social house or whether it is the water or whether it is the road. But the electorate, and for good reason, clearly because they are frustrated having suffered so long, not having either the house or the water, really does not care about any excuses. They want to get the road and the water and get it now. And as your Prime Minister, I work 24/7 to make sure that you can get it as quickly as possible. Now, the first thing you have to do in solving this problem of delivering the benefits is to make sure that you have the money to do it. Now, for those people who are really hoping that they will get their water, they will get their roads, they'll get their house, they'll get their clinic fixed. They really want it now. The first thing that we have to do is make sure that we have the money to do it. One of the reasons why you didn't have it in the first place was because previous governments didn't have the economy that generated the money that could create the budget for this to be done.
Yes.
Why do you think we can do this? You think it's because I come and just dream up this idea especially? We can do this because finally we have an economy that generates enough revenues that we can make an allocation in the national budget to do this.
Several St. Anne residents to benefit from government's rural electrification program. Several St. Anne residents are set to get help from the government to legally connect to the national grid free of cost. This as the Ministry of Energy and its partners are procuring an additional 200 housing wire solution under the Rural Electrification Program REP specifically for communities in St. Anne. This project aims to connect remote areas to the national grid, providing access to electricity for households and communities. Portfolio Minister Darrell Voss made the announcement at a REP event in Drax Hall. Mr. Voss urged residents to ensure their homes are ready to be safely and legally connected to the national grid. He said residents will not need to pay for the connection as the government is funding the project. Mr. Voss encouraged residents who need assistance to apply. He also noted that a mobile unit will be visiting communities with agents to help people with registration.
What is going to happen is that there are people that heard about this function, they heard about this project, and they are doubtful because they don't believe it. It is too good to be true that you don't have to find $120,000 to $150,000 to wire your house. The government is doing that for you. So what's going to happen now, all of you who come up front and are at the head of the line, when you go back and them see the JSF and the JPS team come, all of a sudden, them going to find the Member of Parliament office, then going to find the councillor office, then going to find GSF office, then going by JPS because them going to realize that it is in fact true and it is in fact going to happen and happen in the time that has been specified, which is July of 2025. So all of you who have made the effort to come out here today, go back and tell those in your church, those in your district, those in the bar, and wherever on the Friday evening of what you witnessed here today. And they must come and get signed up. The mobile bus will be visiting communities to allow for you to get signed up without having the extra expense of having to find bus fare to go and come.
Work on the REACH program to be completed by end of June. Work under the government's Relief, Emergency Assistance and Community Help REACH program is expected to be completed by the end of June 2025. REACH was initially to repair widespread road damage caused during the passage of Hurricane Beryl and subsequent weather conditions. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, with responsibility for works, Robert Morgan, provided an update on the program while making his contribution to the 2025-2026 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on June 3rd. An initial $3 billion was allocated to repair community roads, with members of Parliament MPs able to select the road that were of major concern in the constituents. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced the provision of an additional $2 billion for road patching, which brought the total allocation to $5 billion. Morgan informed that the road patching segment of the program is 80% or 90% complete, while the constituency-based program is at 72% completion, with both segments expected to conclude by the end of this month. Morgan said that every constituency in the country has benefited from REACH. The impact of the REACH program cannot be questioned. Out of the $3 billion, each MP had the opportunity to recommend $20 million worth of patching in their constituency, he pointed out. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.